Melanie. Good start here. I don't really think you need this can. Let me see if I can find it. The can or this bamboo. The can just kind of messes up the composition. So I'm going to turn that off. And let me see if I can find the bamboo someplace. So there it is. It's just not necessary. You have a good variety of images and color. So what I would do though is I would put all of these, into their folder. So again, you can, I'm going to put, that's fine. So anyway, I'm going to put your text up here because I don't want to put that anywhere. So actually, I'm just going to put all of these in one folder just because then I can make it smaller, because it really should be a little bit smaller, because you're going to have to, do a background and text. So again, this is just, I'm not going to talk as much as last time. So I'm just going to make this smaller. Again, holding shift down so it constrains the proportions. Probably about like that. So let's see. So I'm seeing some fragments to your masking. So just be sure to go in. These little things here. Be sure to go in, and usually they're the edges, since you probably had a lot of clean backgrounds. So just go in and make sure to delete these. And be sure to eventually clean up your masks. This is looking a little bit sloppy, but since you, but if you did it in layer masks, let me see here, watering, I can't, body maybe, no, carrot head. Yeah, you're more organized than most people. I'm just still having trouble finding it. I wish it was Illustrator, so if you just clicked it, it went to where, nope. And you can see it better here, the fragments. Nope. Nope. Was that it right there, maybe? Yes. So just zooming in here, it just looks like a lot of fragments. You can use the smudge tool in masks. You can also use, you can use this polygonal lasso. Let me see. Which is this one, and that's really easy to use if you have a straight line. I mean, you have to use, here you can go like this. It's one of my, if sometimes I don't want to use the, some of the other tools, but for straight lines, you can see it's pretty easy to use. Yeah, I'm turning it off here. That's what I don't like about this, though. And then again, you have to close it before you can use it to, I'm going to do Command or Control D. So, I would go in and clean up some of the, selections. Definitely before the end. Whoops, I'm not on the, oh shoot, I hate when it does this. I was trying to go to the Move tool. Yeah, so see quite a bit of some sloppy selections, but again, that's okay for this week. You just need to improve it by the end. There's a few places where you could have a lot more cohesion. For example, this just looks like it's stuck there. I do like how you're starting to add some movement to this. The pot could be a little bit smaller. Again, but then you can, this is what the last couple, the last couple weeks are for anyway, is, I was playing around with all the scale stuff and giving it a cast shadow, is another thing that's suggested, and I post the link for that as well. Overall, I really like it. I wish it wasn't so flat looking, because it's just 1 point perspective, which is always kind of creates a flat look. And again, you can go into and create an adjustment layer for the flowers, just like we've been doing in our assignment. So again, I'm just going to do the levels one first, because they look kind of flat, right, compared to the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to go down to levels, and you can usually boost up the contrast a bit. Wow, that shovel's pretty bad. You might have to redo a lot of that one. And then you just move the sliders over and just look at the flowers, because I'm going to clip it. Again, just trying to get it to integrate a little bit more with the tomato. I don't know, maybe like that. Let's see. And again, you can play with this however you want. Just trying to make it a little lighter. And then, then you just, if you just clip it, where did it go? Up here, just right click and say, wait a second. Create clipping mask. For some reason, it didn't seem to clip to that layer. I don't know why. Oh, silly, I had it. I thought I had it down here. So what I'm going to do is just drag this down here. And then again, I'll just right-click on the layer itself and just say Create Clipping Mask. And oh, gosh darn it. Geez, sometimes these layers are so small. Again, I just had to put the layer up above the eye folder. So again, if you turn it off, you can see what it does, and you can see the before and afters. Just looking at some. Yeah, be sure to clean up some of this stuff as well for the next. You can just try the layers on the whole thing too, and on each layer separately to see, what kind of stuff you have. Better turn that back on. This here too, I think would look kind of cooler if it was green. You could also just go search for like a stem, or you can actually color it in, you can color it in Photoshop too. Let me see if I can find it. One of the ways you can do it is I just put another layer on top of it, and we're going to be doing this in a couple weeks, but, and then you just find a brush. And then, you just get some green color. I'll just show you a real quick and dirty version because, it's going to be pretty sloppy. I don't want to spend, oh, look at how big that is. Wow. That's better. And again, I always start with the opacity really low when I paint on top, because then you can always build it up, and it's on another layer, so I can just turn it off. So you can, you can go in and just start like painting a little bit on it if you want. I mean, oh, whoops. And you can always use Control Z, but see, since I'm on this other layer, if I mess up, it's not like a huge deal. And I don't have my tablet right now, so I'm just having my trackpad on my computer. So anyway, you know what I'm saying. You can just kind of, and if you add just a little bit of green, it's gonna, it's just gonna add something. You can see it kind of, I guess I could still keep doing it. God, it's, anyway, this is really messy, but but I think you can get the idea of what I'm talking about. There's other ways to do this, by the way. There's tons of stuff. But again, it just, repetition of color creates unity. So you've got the color down here in the cactus. So repeating it someplace really helps the composition. And we'll talk about the text later. I would definitely move the, and it's just a real common thing for students to put everything in the middle. The middle is really not the best choice. I would probably move this thing over a little bit and maybe even make it a little bit smaller, because you are going to get a background. And because I'm just trying to think of negative space, right? And it's going to be really important to, when you find the background, that it allows the caricature to stand out. People tend to get complicated ones, and then you can't see the text. Another thing then is I would put each word on a different layer, and then you've got like garden, glitter, grace. And again, another, I think I already showed you guys this, but, this one here, it's got a couple different fonts and different styles. And notice how everything stands out because her background has enough negative space. So anyway, hope this helps, and look forward to see your next version next week.